In today's video, we're going to take a look at the SUMIFS function in Excel. This is one of the most handy functions for any analysis and segmentation of data sets. Let's first take a look at the formula, which is going to ask us for a sum range, a criteria range, and criteria. And a simplified way of thinking about that is, what do I want to sum? Where is that criteria I want to base the sum on? And what is that specific criteria? And we have an example data set over here to our left, and we'll go through a few ways that we can use the SUMIFS function to extract data that we're interested in. And for our first use case, we'll look at the question, we want to understand what the revenue from shirt orders that are green, and we can use the SUMIFS to pull over that revenue. So we'll start by typing our SUMIFS formula. The thing we're interested in summing is our revenue, so we'll highlight that column. And we're only interested in summing the revenue based on the color of the shirt, so that would be our criteria range. And in this case, the specific criteria that we're interested in is green. So we'll enter that into our criteria, close our formula, and we'll return 260.73, and we can check that that is correct. If we look at these three, that adds to 260.73. We can also use the SUMIFS formula to exclude criteria. So in this case, we're interested in shirt order revenue for those that are not green. So we'll go back to our SUMIFS formula. We're interested in our revenue, and we're still interested in the color of the shirt. In this case, we want to exclude criteria, which we can start by using a quote mark, less than, greater than, which is to say not equal to, and sign, and our criteria in this case is green again. So we're asking you to exclude green in this case. Close our formula. And there we can see 948.16. We can also use the SUMIFS function with multiple criteria. So in this case, interested in revenue from shirt orders that are size small and have shipped. So we'll type out our SUMIFS formula. And we're interested in summing the revenue. And our first criteria range we'll look at is shirt size. And in this case, we're interested in small. And for our second criteria, we're interested in if it's shipped or not. So we'll highlight that column. And we're interested in true for the shipped. And we'll close that. And there we see 189.81. We can also use the SUMIFS formula to look at revenue between or before date ranges. So in this case, we can look at revenue before June of 2023. So back to our SUMIFS, summing our revenue. In this case, we're interested in the order date, and we're only interested in the order date before June 23. So we can do a less than, and then enter our date. Close that. We get 588.49. And we can also, once again, include multiple criteria. So looking at dates and other columns. So looking at revenue before June 2023 that did not ship. Back to our SUMIFS, summing our revenue. Once again, first thing we can enter is our date criteria. So looking at the range, and are interested in before June 2023. And our second criteria is for orders that did not ship. So in this case, we can highlight our shipped column, and we can enter false for those that did not ship. Close our formula, and we get 218.82. So there's a few different ways we could use the SUMIFS function, looking at text fields, excluding criteria, looking at multiple criteria, looking at dates. So a very handy function, very flexible.